7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Have you visited Tobago Channel 5's Facebook or Instagram pages lately? Well, check them out now for all the interviews and up-to-date news. Remember to like, share and follow for Tobago news and current affairs information at your fingertips.
Cathedral Credit Union is celebrating big. Get up to $81,000 at just 0.8% interest with our anniversary loan. And because Christmas is in the air, we're spreading cheer with up to $60,000 at only 1%. Visit cathedralcutt.com or call 235-6947 today. Cathedral Credit Union. Member-owned, member-focused.
THA wants $4.12 billion for fiscal 2027. Chief Secretary says many factors caused Tobago tourism sector decline, and the police raise awareness on men's mental health. Good evening, Tobago. I am Zoba Samuel. Thank you for tuning in to the Channel 5 News for Monday, June 22nd, 2026. Secretary of Finance and Councillor Petalan Roberts has requested that 6.6% of the national budget be allocated to the Tobago House of Assembly for fiscal 2027. She revealed the figures during her budget estimates presentation on June 22nd at the plenary sitting, Jerningham Street, Scarborough. The budget-themed results-based governance, a pathway to prosperity, is the first since the overwhelming 15-0 mandate from the Tobago electorate in the January 2026 THA elections.
For fiscal 2027, the total estimates of expenditure amount to $4.12 billion, of which the estimates of recurrent expenditure amount to $3.003 billion, and the development program expenditure total $1.09 billion. CPEP estimates amounts to $43.35 billion.
Roberts says the estimate asks for $6.60 for every $100 of the national budget, based on fiscal 2026. The Finance Secretary said the larger amount requested is for recurrent expenditure.
Personnel expenditure, $805.52 million. Goods and services, $935.57 million. Minor equipment purchases, $67.97 million, and current transfers and subsidies, $1.22 billion.
Roberts says the draft estimates are the 2026 to 2030 section of the Tobago's development trajectory for 2025 to 2045. In fiscal 2025, the THA requested an allocation of $3.71 billion, 6.3% of the estimated national budget. The THA received $2.96 billion, which represented 5% of the national budget of $59.232 billion. In the 2026 mid-year budget review, the THA received $79 million for salaries increases and overdue payments for teachers in Tobago and $15 million to start the Scarborough Secondary School project, a total of $94 million. Secretary of Finance, Trade and Economy Petalan Roberts presented the allocations for each division. The 2027 draft estimates are as follows.
The Assembly Legislature, $35.73 million. Division of Community Development and Social Protection, $103.46 million. Division of Education, Skills and Innovation, $519.6 million. Division of Environment, Climate Resilience and Energy, $60.34 million. The Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy, $190.56 million. The Division of Food Security, $167.13 million.
The largest fiscal allocation is for the division led by Secretary of Health and Wellness, Dr. Faith Brebner.
The Division of Health and Wellness, $1.03 billion. Division of Housing, Settlements and Public Utilities, $41.75 million. Division of Legal Affairs, $33.18 million. The Office of the Chief Secretary, $181.94 million. The Division of Public Infrastructure and Transportation, $343.99 million. The Division of Strategic Planning and Development, $42.46 million. The Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, $193.28 million. The Division of Youth Empowerment and Sport, $81.11 million.
This amounted to $3.03 billion, and when added to the $1.09 billion for development expenditure, it accounts to $4.12 billion requested from the central government for fiscal 2027. The Tobago budget estimates must be sent to Trinidad by June 30th annually for it to be included in the national budget, which is usually presented in September or October. Meanwhile, the Secretary of Finance, Trade and the Economy, Councillor Petal Ann Roberts, delivered a comprehensive update on the state of Tobago's economy during the Tobago House of Assembly draft estimate presentation for fiscal 2026 to 2027.
Notably, there were no significant changes in the sectoral composition of the island's GDP, with the government sector accounting to 46%, financial services 27%, tourism 14%, and agriculture and manufacturing, which together contributed 2%.
According to the presentation, Tobago also recorded a constant price gross domestic product GDP of $1.65 billion, representing a 1.7% increase over the revised 2024 estimates of $1.62 billion. The Secretary stated that the key sector driving this increases were manufacturing of 23.4%, financial services of 2.9%, and the government of 2.6%. She gave Central Statistics Office data on Tobago's labor force.
Shows that Tobago had a labor force of 33,300, with a total of 32,300 persons employed at the end of the fourth quarter of 2025. The unemployment rate was 3%, with a labor force participation rate of 68.4%. The data also indicated that approximately 60% of the labor force in Tobago was employed in the state sector, with the private sector employing about 40%. Comparatively, nationally, 25% of the labor force was employed in the state sector, with the private sector employing about 75%.
On the issue of Tobago's education levels, the Secretary said the highest number of graduates are at the secondary education level, with 66%. The tertiary level stood at 18%, and the primary education accounted for about 16%. Addressing the cost of living, the Secretary noted that inflation in Tobago remains at moderate levels. As of April 2026, headline inflation was at 2.1%, and food price inflation was at 2.8%. Core inflation, which excludes food and energy, was recorded at 1.9%. Over the 12 months ending April 2026, headline and food inflation averaged 2.7%, and 2.8% respectively, whilst the core inflation average is 2.6%, the Secretary added. More news after the break.
Credit Union.
Today, you can make your goals unfold, go get it. Today, you can live the dream, join the team, let's do this. Today, yeah, you can get the help you need to succeed. Let's run Credit Union, you can believe that you can achieve it. Today, you can live that dream, pull up to the job and some brand new wheels. Run Credit Union, yes you can, yes you can.
Come in and live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Welcome to the speed round of getting money right. Let's begin. Name some of the red flags associated with an investment scam.
Pressure tactics to invest.
Correct.
Promise of money if you bring friends.
Correct.
Request for personal information.
Correct. Bonus question. What is the penalty for operating a pyramid or Ponzi scheme?
$10 million and 10 years in prison.
Correct. Well done. The scores are even, so we go to our tiebreaker question. You receive money in your account from an investment company, and they tell you to transfer it to a third account. Does that sound right?
I think about it, and that's not right.
Congratulations, you tinker! Getting Money Right is brought to you by the TTSEC. Visit investigateTT.com to access free learning resources and check the TTSEC for a list of registered individuals and securities. The Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. You invest, we protect, everyone benefits.
Hey, it's you. Come in. Long time I see you. This station pumping. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yeah. Total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about them. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla. I thought it was your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two, better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome back. Meanwhile, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine was asked in the media briefing following the 2027 budget estimate presentation if he feels the recurring state of emergency is hurting the tourism sector.
I don't know what the state of emergency has done damage to our product in the way our unpreparedness has done when it comes to our product, to be honest. And so we have to do more than that. State of emergency or no state of emergency, what is really required is improvement in our product, significant investment in our product and in our space.
Augustine says greater investment is needed for tourism sector to flourish, and it includes foreign direct investment and large, medium and small private sector investments.
Across the region, and this is the most tourism-dependent region in the world, barring none, given the impact of tourism on our regional GDP, you will see that it's really private sector investment that's driving those industries, tourism industries. It's not the government job to go out there and build hotels, or to go out there and build every beach bar, or to go out there and build every bar and restaurant. That's not the government's job.
Augustine says the former THA administration's strategy of giving grants for room improvements has failed. Augustine called the strategy of building hotels like Manta Lodge and Sanctuary, bought under the PNM-led THA administration, a failed venture. He added that the THA has a job to encourage private sector involvement and facilitate development. Added to this, the quality of the rooms must be improved, he added. Police appear to keep doubling down on their reasoning behind the arrest of activist Alyssa Phillips and her mother Camille Careso at the Faizabad Day Labor March on July 19th. This was the police talking point for their public awareness show on Monday, and they gave details on the need for permission to hold public marches. The requirements were in place before the state of emergency occurred. Acting Assistant Superintendent Alicia Piggott, a regular guest on the Tobago Channel 5's Rise and Shine program, spoke about the issue on today's show.
Once you're having a march, you must apply for a permit. So if you're going to be marching or procession in the public space, let us say you're going on Main Street in Scarborough, you must apply for a permit. You must make that application at least 21 days in advance. Okay. Sometimes persons may not have the 21 days, but sometimes persons get up a morning and say they want to have a march, all right, but you just can't just go, all right, so you have to have a permit.
She spoke more on the issue, noting that the Commissioner of Police will only give permission to march if the permission sought meets the specifications.
You must state the route in which you want to have the march. You must and you can draw the route on one of the documents that you are submitting. If you are from an organization or a group, you must say who you are, what group you represent, what part of the group you represent, and what the group intends to do. You also must say the number of people you expect to be on the march, and what is the march is all about, what it is for.
Piggott said people willing to march must also state who will be part of the march and the purpose of the march. She said in the case of Tobago, people do not have to wait for permission from the police commissioner, as the assistant police commissioner in Tobago will be the one to sign off on the event. And the senior police officer noted what must happen if there is a one-man protest. She said in such cases, no permission is needed.
You can do that, but you must give 24 hours notice. Right?
I just want to get whether the permission is... So one-man protest, let's say somebody decides to placard me outside. He has to have permission to do that?
Yes, but to be a single man alone, sorry, nothing is required, sorry.
Acting Senior Superintendent Piggott said the individual protester can speak while marching. However, there is an exception.
You can speak, but we have to remember too, Brother B. We also have freedom of speech and expression. Right. But you must know what you're speaking about. You mustn't speak anything vile, anything against, no obscenities and that kind of thing.
She stressed that if the protester wants to use anything to increase the volume of their voice, they must seek police permission. Meanwhile, the police have justified the arrest of Alyssa Phillips and her mother Camille Carecero at the Labor Day March on June 19th, addressing the public outcry of the issue. Police said in a statement that a social activist and a small group of followers who were not members of the trade union movement attempted to join the Faizabad procession. Phillips is the organizer of the protest action in support of Kai Seeley, the woman charged with the shooting death of her common-law husband, who died in a police-involved shooting. Police say that Phillips led an unauthorized march and did not comply with police instructions to disperse. They added that the police officers on duty noted that the trade union organizers indicated that Phillips and her group were not part of the authorized procession. Police also says that they spoke to her and explained that her group were not covered under the trade union's permit and as such required their own permit under the law. The trade union movement has since pushed back and indicated they are seeking legal advice on the police action as they invited Phillips to be part of the trade union group on the next day. Stay with us. More news when we return.
Cathedral Credit Union is celebrating big. Get up to $81,000 at just 0.8% interest with our anniversary loan. And because Christmas is in the air, we're spreading cheer with up to $60,000 at only 1%. Visit cathedralcutt.com or call 235-6947 today. Cathedral Credit Union. Member-owned, member-focused.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Escape to elegance at Le Chateau Suites Tobago. Gated privacy, breathtaking villas, unforgettable memories, where Caribbean dreams become reality.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Welcome back. As part of its initiative to raise the issues of men's health awareness, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service TTPS Tobago Division held a Men Can Ride event under the theme, Mental Strength is Real Strength, and the vision of building a stronger Trinidad and Tobago. According to the division, the event was designed to celebrate fathers and encourage meaningful conversations surrounding wellness, resilience, and support, including mental health. The group of 24 cyclists ranging from young children and teenagers to adults and senior citizens assembled at the Shervan Police Station for a scenic cycling journey from Shervan to Cano Bay and back. The TTPS also noted that many of them were fathers and their children. This created camaraderie, encouragement, and family bonding as participants shared stories, laughter, and experiences. The ride also promoted a strong sense of community as the fathers and their sons, police officers, and residents came together in solidarity. The community spirit was also present as spectators lined sections of the route to cheer on the riders, and volunteers provided refreshments. The TTPS noted too that the initiative sought to challenge the stigma often associated with mental health issues among men. Within the past few weeks, 2 policemen have taken their own lives. Meanwhile, the Caribbean Investigation Journalism Network reports that Trinidad and Tobago males account for up to 83% of suicide deaths. It means they die by suicide nearly 4 times as often as women. It noted too that between 2020 to 2023, TNT reported 478 suicides, and that men between the ages of 34 and 42 face the highest risk, with another prominent spike in attempts among youth. The Caribbean News Agency also noted that suicide attempts are highly concentrated among younger demographics in the 15 to 19 and 35 to 39 age brackets. In addition, middle-aged adults are at the highest risk. If you or someone who you know is struggling with mental health, you can call Lifeline 800-5588 or 866-5433 or 220-3636, and Families in Action at 628-2333. The calls are anonymous. If you want spiritual revival, the place to be is the Impact Conference from Thursday, June 25th to June 28th. So says Anne-Marie Almond of the organization. She shared information about the event during her appearance as a guest on the Tobago Channel 5's talk show Rise and Shine.
4 days of great manifestations of the power of God, the Word of God. We begin on Thursday the 25th. Thursday night we kick off, and then we come again Friday morning, 9:30. We have day sessions where we're going to have teachings and trainings and so forth. Then we come back Friday night. We have Saturday, we're having 2 mini conferences within the conference. We're going to have a men's conference and a women's conference. The men's conference is going to be at our location in Canaan, Bonaccord, upstairs, the gas station, the quick shop at the gas station. They're going to meet there. The women are going to meet at the Magdalena Grand. That's Saturday morning. We come back Saturday evening. It's going to have, that night is dedicated to the prophetic. We're going to have 2 guest artists there with us, Fahrenheit and Blessed Messenger.
The event is being held under the theme of building strong apostolic and prophetic communities. The weather when we return. Welcome back. Tonight, a mild or moderate concentration of Saharan dust is present in the atmosphere. Tonight will also be mostly fair, slightly hazy, and at times breezy. There is a chance of 1 or 2 isolated showers. Tomorrow's seas may occasionally become choppy due to effects of moderate to strong low-level winds. Generally sunny, slightly hazy, and breezy day is expected. A few partly cloudy spells and scattered showers are likely, especially from mid-afternoon. Partly cloudy night with showery spells, mainly after midnight. Seas moderate, may occasionally become choppy due to the effects of moderate to strong low-level winds. Winds east-northeast to east-southeast, 8 to 40 kilometers per hour, and waves in open waters near 2.5 meters, in sheltered areas 1 meter to 1.5 meter. High tide at 11:38 a.m. and 11:27 p.m. and low tides at 5:18 a.m. and 5:16 p.m. Sunrise at 5:42 a.m. and sunset at 6:28 p.m. Tomorrow's temperature should reach a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius and fall to 29 degrees Celsius. Let's recap our headlines. THA wants $4.12 billion for fiscal 2027. Chief Secretary says many factors caused Tobago tourism sector decline, and police raise awareness on men's mental health. That does it for us tonight at the Channel 5 News Desk. I am Zoba Samuel saying have a good night and stay safe.